Oh, hello. Hey, I didn't see you there. I was just playing with my hat, waiting for you guys to come back. I've been so bored. So bored in this little room. It's like a tomb. There's nothing to do but throw things around and eat. Nom 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 nom. Welcome back everyone to another episode of Infinifactory. We're going to be solving some puzzles today. And this one is terrestrial drone. Oh yeah, let's click on that. Let's do this. I am totally in the mood right now to solve puzzles. Yeah, I'm that kind of person. I like puzzles. So let's have a little look around for an event log because I never find them. I'm anticipating all these comments from last episode like, well, you didn't look hard enough. I'm just going to fly around quickly and see if there's anything. You know, there could be something down there like a little entrance, but... Oh, well, look at this. It looks like we've got 3 event logs. What's going on here? We've got one of these guys. Interesting. They're from the room at the end. So you don't have a log. You do. Oh, and you have a javelin in your back. That looks painful. Poor guy. And there's a gun. Oh my god, let's use it. Nah, not really. Let's listen.
You need to pick up the pace.
Where are we going?
Come on. Keep your eyes forward.
Oh no. No!
It's okay.
He hit me with a spear.
Damn it. Hey, stay with me. Damn. You wanna fight? Got you. Arsehole.
And there you go. Looks like they had a little bit of a dispute over there. Funny stuff. Right. Not too much to say really. We've got all of the ingredients. There's 4 different bits. We have the like tractor bit at the bottom, the main bit, this thing at the back, and then that bit at the front. Yep, all the things. And we just got to assemble them together. It's simple. It's that simple. I'm sure it's going to be a little bit puzzling, as always, trying to figure everything out. What way do these come out? So they come out in the way that we want, so we just want to build a little welding and separating system. We've done those before. If I remember correctly, it was based on... I think it was based on having a buffer. So you weld one, you weld the other. When you've got 2 in position, you push them off in their different ways, right? So we'll probably just start off with that. And this might be interesting because we've got to sort of bring them around either side of a middle unit that we've got to make as well. Oh, lots to do here. And a lot of these things, it feels like it's stuff we've done before, but you always have to kind of redo it all over again. You've got to figure it out from the first step. So, yeah. Right. I will do things and come back when things have been done. Alright, so far we're sort of redoing systems we've done before. And I think we just need those blocks there. So let's have a look. We know how this kind of works. We weld together the pieces as they come through. Push one off to the side. Then we push our second one off to the side. And then we push them onto separate tracks. So we've done that. That's awesome. One of those is probably going to get moved to the side. I'm not sure if we're going to rotate them before they get assembled. Over here, by the way. Oh, this isn't actually correct. What has gone wrong here? Let's just restart that quickly. And add... I'm not actually sure. Let's put the conveyor belt at the back. And then we'll turn the one here into one as well. Okay. So this one we've done, you know, a few times before. It's not terribly efficient like this one is because you have some blocks that are always waiting around here. So you'll see that this one is now a sort of waiting block. And then the next one pushes it over and then it gets activated. So it's something to do with the way... Oh! That is facing the wrong direction. Okay, so I was going to talk about how I tried to do these welders differently. Some of you were pointing out that the way the welders work, you don't always have to use the same shape as what you want to weld. So something like this might work. And that would be kind of similar to how this works here. And the entire time I was working on it, it wasn't happening. And now I noticed that one of those was rotated the wrong way around, which seems a little bit strange. So I'll try and get that to work. Haven't even thought about the next 2 yet. So for now, we'll just try and get this bit done. Alright, do you see what's going on here? Yeah, we're starting to assemble this thing. One thing I'd like to do is actually pause it quickly. That's clearly not in the right position. That shouldn't be a problem. Thing is, we've got to swing it all around again. I think that thing is actually facing the wrong way. Although it isn't if we just move it back a little bit, right? If we move it and join it further back, then it's sort of like in the right position. Does that make sense? Yeah, it's in the right position. But anyway, this is how I've done this bit. Just very simple. This one falls down below, and when it does so, it frees up the space here for this one to rotate. So then we can sort of push it out and drop it down over here, as we do with the one below. And they both sort of drop to the same place. So now we just want to figure out how to get everything in the right spot. And I was thinking this might be quite straightforward. So if we look at where that is right now, we need it to be forward 2 more spots. So let's... Oh, there we go, restarted it. So 1 and 2. And that's the kind of spot where it's going to get moved over, but that's where it should be, I think. So if we put a couple of blocks on the side, let's just do this together for a bit and see how this happens. Yeah, I think we need like an extra block, but it's going to put it in the right spot. Okay, so then the thing is, how do we tell it to weld when it's all in the right spot, considering I have no idea how we're actually going to weld this together? Let's have a look. We have a downwards welder and a sidewards one, but the thing is, it's sort of in an awkward place, isn't it? I'm not sure how you do that. So I've been looking at it over and over, and it feels like the only way to do it is to make this bit at the front, then weld it with 3 across the back once you drop them in position, and then drop 2 pieces in after and weld them from the sides, which is going to be really tricky. And it means that I've had to redesign this up the top here. So after playing around with it for a while, we now have this system for making groups of 4. So 1, 2, 3. The 4th one goes across, and as it gets detected down here, you saw at the end there it pushed 1 across. So for every 4 that come through like this, we get 2 additional ones. So then it's a case of finding a way to rotate them and dropping them down in the correct position. Then we're going to sort of weld them and drop again. And I think because of this chunk of land right here, we're going to have to move this out to the side a little bit. But I envision it being kind of smooth, like you roll them over the top of the welders, so these things drop down. There's like a strip of 3. These ones maybe follow them over. And then there's ones on the side. So as it moves through, it all kind of gets done in one swift movement. I'm hoping. We'll see how it plays out. Wow, that is a mess. Okay, this is completely untested, but I believe it's going to work. Oh, I know that this rotation thing up here works, by the way. So we're going to separate those groups of 4. They're going to go down here. They're going to drop onto these tracks at the front here, then drop down again onto a welder. I think they could possibly have gone... No, they couldn't have gone straight onto the welder because this thing needs to come over the back of it. So it needs to have a conveyor belt here to drop down. Then when they've been welded together, this thing's going to pull away because that thing is 2 blocks along. And then I'm hoping that our next set of tracks will drop in behind. I'm really actually not sure how this is going to play out. I think I might have made a mistake. This all right here might need to be 1 block back, and these are actually unnecessary because of that. So let's see what happens. I'm seeing it already. This is probably going to fail because they're going to drop down first of all. Also, they haven't been rotated, so that's something else that will have to happen. But this system right here works, of course. Detect them both. And look at that. They would have gone sort of into place. However, now we block that off. Oh dear. Oh dear. So I've added a rotator here. I've raised all of this up by 1 block. And let's see what happens. Let's speed it up a little bit as well. So that's now going to wait there, which I think might add too much delay, because there's already a little bit of that going on here. So that comes down at the right time. But these are just a little bit too behind. What I wanted them to do was essentially be on top of these blocks so they would drop in behind and we could put the welders on the side. So it's going to have to be very precise with the timing. Oh, let's reset it. And let's just speed it up for a second and then pause it when it gets closer. Okay, so that's about where I want to pause. This is just a little bit quicker. We need these blocks to already be on top of those as this one comes in. So then when it gets pulled off in front of itself, we've got the welders on the side waiting to go. And now we could make a little backup for this, which is something I ain't too keen on. But ideally what we'd want to do is remove this one. And when it's a single block, I guess you rotate and then you use a piston, right? Ah, okay. I see where you're going with this. If we rotate here on the corner, then we push off with a piston after detecting that it's on the corner, it might just work. And one of those there, and then a block below so it doesn't fall down. Let's have a look. Does it get rotated? No. Interesting. I'm not so sure then. I'm not so sure how we'd remove that delay. What if we have it at the top like this? I doubt this will make any difference. Let's put a block below, put the correct block there. Is this going to work? No. Okay, fair enough. Okay, I've added in the delay over here since we couldn't get the other thing to work. If we speed it up, this creates a big problem. It's too much delay. And you'll see that we get those, then some more on top of it. But there's something we're going to pay attention to here, which is important. So, as this comes in and it goes off, see how there's this gap already? It's not going to drop down, it's not going to instantly happen, which means something here's got to be redesigned as well. It is all quite tricky stuff, isn't it? And I'm not sure what to do at the moment. Oh, I just did it accidentally. Okay, so I was trying to take it one step at a time, and I thought, if we move this tractor about here forward, then the middle bit's going to be stuck on these two blocks, so it's not going to go anywhere, right? And I didn't really think that that was already the solution. So when I removed the delay over here and just like had a look at it again to see what was going on, that turned out to be exactly what we needed. Look at this. Boom, we did it. And I think we might be able to do that with less of these things. Actually, probably not. But anyway, what we need now is some sort of detector, because there is actually, well, maybe not even a detector. There's a delay here. Let's have a look. So we bring it through. Right, this thing comes. Then it's in that position there. Let's pause for a moment before this is in place. So if we were to detect it and then move it with a piston or do something with it, we'd also need a delay. This is so tricky. Very, very tricky. Okay, a few thoughts are crossing my mind here. I was thinking, what if we use the blocker to stop it from coming back out? We've got the tractor belt here to move it, and then we rely on the timing of something else around here. Well, then I thought we got to run the conduit wire somewhere. And I was thinking, well, we still got these things to bring over here, so maybe their arrival in this area could be linked up to this. But also we're holding it in place, so maybe we're going to assemble all of it in one spot. And then I've been thinking as well about perhaps changing these right here to belts as well. Oh no, that means they're going to push the ones in front of them. I was thinking the ones behind could sort of follow them up and you could have these welders maybe further along. I don't think that's going to work. I think we're going to have to stick to this right here, but we need the timing of this thing to be linked to something else. So I think what we'll do is we'll sort of bring these over and just see when do they arrive in this area from our tractor belts, can we get the timing right with it, etc. And maybe even weld them on the spot. And I think we're going to start off with this one because it doesn't need any pre-assembly or anything like that. It's just one block by itself. So we'll run it over the top of that. That shouldn't get in the way. And actually, if we think about where this is going to go, it's going to be behind our blocks, which are going to drop. They're going to be on top of these two, so it needs to be in line with this, which means one more block there. And then we can turn it over to... Do you know what? Sometimes the footprint score in this game, it's made bigger if you have like a random block like that. And I've wondered if I played a level, accidentally put something in the background and not realised it. So also this right here might start to get in the way of everything else. Let's have a look. Oh, that thing arrives early, doesn't it? Yeah, look, that's going to cut off this thing falling down. So it needs to be here, come into the middle, and then perhaps turn back on itself. But we might also need a delay as well, which we're probably going to do by using the blocks backing up. So let's rotate it this way. And is it... that's the spot where it drops into? Yeah, that should be it. Okay, so this isn't going to come down at the right timing at all, I think. Maybe if we put 2 blocks in its path, it would. So we'll have an extra one right there. So let's see what happens this time. Round it goes. Down it falls. Not yet. Oh, it's going to be one further back. And then the next ones are here before they get a chance. Exquisite timing. It works. I have no idea if it's going to link up to this thing or not, but that just drops in the right space. I hope we're doing everything right here because that's too convenient. It's also not welded as well, which is something we'll have to do later on. So we've probably got to push it down the line and then weld it, because as soon as we move it to the side, it's going to fall off. So we're still going to go in that straight line. And let's just watch this in action then, so you can see it. I'll speed it up. Comes along here. And you can see why this has come back across so much, just so we get the timing right. Look at that, perfect. I love it. So now it's just about this bit right here. And I think I'm just going to have to sit back and observe and think, and something will come to me. I did have another idea, by the way. It was to put this track right here to go in here, so there would be 3 in a row and they'd all get pushed out at the same time. But that probably would have ended up working quite strange. Anyway, this works. So I'm really struggling with this one. I really am. And I've gotten a lot of comments from people saying that you can use these to move blocks. Doesn't appear to be so. Let's have a look. I was thinking of moving it across at a particular time, and you can see it's been activated and it's not pushing it across. So we can't use anything like that. And I've got this horrible feeling that we might have to take a big step back and kind of redo everything at some point. Hopefully we can avoid that. There's probably an obvious solution here that I'm not looking at, but we're not going to give up, that's for sure. We did it! We did it! Oh my god, let's restart. So I was looking at what was going on around elsewhere. You know, I was trying to avoid this sort of big pipe leading to somewhere else, but basically the timing of this bit right here just happens to be perfect for what we want down the bottom here. I say perfect, it gets the job done. It's not too glamorous, but have a look at this. Everything's been welded together. So then we just need to weld that bit on the side as it leaves. And just judging on where those fall down, I think we'd need 2 welding blocks right here. Let's do that right now. Let's rotate you around, and they're attached, so that technically works. Yep, that should do it. Let's have a look then. Speed everything up. This has been one crazy machine right here. Yes, made into one big object. Awesome. So then we kind of like bring it out in front of this. So we'll have a little assembly machine here, which will probably drop it down in front of this thing. Have I actually done that wrong? This whole time I've done it wrong. Oh, I could cry. I guess what we'll need is something to rotate it over here and bring it along. Oh, that's going to change all of the timing as well. Okay, so it comes out like sort of facing forwards. So if we rotate it here inwards, in fact, if we rotated it inwards twice, would it work twice because it gets sent back on itself? Let's try that. Okay, let's play. Come on. No, it goes to the outside. If I push it to the inside, let's stop that again. It might still actually do what I want it to do, but I think we also need that to be like so. Will this work? No, it won't. No, it won't. I think we're going to end up spending an entire episode on one puzzle. I'm being a little bit of a fool here. Have a look. This thing comes around. I mean, this sort of almost does its job, but look at what the problem actually is. It's when it comes off that it falls down behind it. So we're almost there. What we actually need to do for this, and I think it should be a pretty straightforward solution, is we take this and drop it in somewhere over here. I'm not sure where exactly that would be, but if we just change up the track a little bit, so when it comes down here, it just drops down and then goes across, we should be able to see, you know, where exactly it is we need to take it. Yes! Yes! Finally! Look at that! How did we do this, eh? Well, we just brought this one all the way back across, all the way over here with a little bit of delay and dropped it in at just the right height. So I'll show you that in action quickly. There you go. So now that's definitely better be. Yep, it's at the back. Look. Look, we're almost there. I haven't messed up this time. Just got to put the thing on the front now. Then we'll be rotating it around and putting it into this space over here. And I have no idea what my score is going to be like, but this machine is amazing. It's massive. It goes all over the place. It's not very pretty. But I like it. I do. I do. And it's going to solve this. We are now racing towards the finish line. And this last bit's been ever so easy to do. Just built this pretty much first thing right here to make a few adjustments. But let's watch it. Let's see what it does. It makes the free piece like that. It drops it down, rotates it, brings it along. We've got a little bit of a buffer. So let's watch that fill up. And now this one is in position. And look what happens here. It drops down, gets welded, protected, pushed along. And now we can do what we want with it. At the moment, it's getting pushed into a wall. That's not good. But that's about a change. What we might be able to do is put the rotational block. Actually, there's not a lot of space here, is there? I think what we're going to have to do is drag it out this way a little bit. And then maybe move it into this space and rotate it. And we'll remove some of these as well to save space. And yeah, we're almost there now. Right, I finished making all my adjustments. I do believe this is all we're going to need. And you can see I've kind of minimalised the amount of blocks over here. One thing I will point out though, as this thing goes along, is where we've done this over on this side, I think we could have maybe done it a little bit more efficiently over on this side, because watch when all these blocks sort of come into place, that's when the second one there arrives. It could probably fall down and get welded. And no, we wait over here, and it's a little bit slower and inefficient, but the amount of time I spent on this puzzle, I think I'm done. And it brings it all the way across like that, gets it into position, and it's correct. And yes, that is a fist pump, because that took me way too long to do. I'm not sure if the puzzles are getting harder, but sometimes it feels like maybe could have done that a little bit quicker. But man, this thing is cool. Just 4 more to go. It works. There's no issues by the looks of it. I'm hoping there isn't like a timing delay, but usually if you get like 4 or 5 in a row, you know it's going to be good. And there we go. So footprint score, a little bit behind the mark. Same for cycle. I think we kind of spotted at the end what was wrong with that. If we'd have welded it all together at the same time, this probably would have been a little bit further ahead. And block score a little bit lower than average. So that's nice to see. But that is going to be it for this episode. We've got 2 more puzzles to do. Did not expect that one to take a whole episode, but there you go. They're getting very difficult. But yes, that's it. So as always, if you enjoyed yourself, please do leave a like on the video. It's always appreciated and it helps support the channel. But that is it from me this episode. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.